And gentlemen, let's wait for some people to hop in here. Hopefully somebody does. We'll see. If not, I'll just have a fantastic conversation with myself. All right, let's see here. Do, do, do. All right. Let's see if we got anybody in the chat viewing. Live chat. All right, you guys. Well, first and foremost, what's up, everybody? It's Will from The High Five and Knuckles Up. Hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. It's going to be a good night here. Topic of discussion: what is going on? Yes, I did see Shishido pull Levon. We'll get to that in a second, brother. What is going on with North American arm wrestling? Where is it at? What's happening with the promotions? What's happening with the tournaments? What's happening with these pullers and all of us, this theory of us getting destroyed by, people overseas. We're going to talk all those topics here tonight. Look, guys, there's a lot of things moving. Let me start off with that. Arm wrestling in the United States and in North America, I don't want to say it's in a lull, but I would say for the past couple of years, we were probably, at a peak point during the WAL days, right? And then that obviously died off. Then we obviously had, 2020, everything's getting shut down. And then East versus West, comes to be. They've been doing a phenomenal job, bringing some of the best athletes the sport has to offer under one roof and creating absolutely amazing arm wrestling content that we all enjoy, right? But North America, USA, all the way, right? That's what we do, right? We want to be bigger and better than everybody else. Look, Rocky, Arnold Schwarzenegger, big action heroes. Like, that's what the U.S. has always been about, like bigger and better and crazier, right? I am talking about all the above, USS Liberty Never Forget. I am talking about everything, whether it comes to local promotions, whether it comes to pay-per-views, whether it comes to big tournaments, and just athletes in general, right? So I think let's just start off with the base. And the base is that in the United States, arm wrestling is not something that we treat as a professional sport, right? It's not something that we're having young kids really dedicate themselves to excelling from a young age. I like to bring up the example of Ungerbayev, right? What they're doing over there is absolutely incredible. It's been insane how strong they start at a young age. They literally have a school dedicated to arm wrestling, right? So when you see that, they're starting at age 5, 6, and they're building those tendons, and they're working, those muscles and the mind-muscle connection, it sets them off at a greater path to excel a lot quicker, right, than we do in the United States. Most arm wrestlers in the United States, now I'm just saying most, we start out here in a different sport. Usually it's powerlifting, strongman, football, baseball, just some form of a sport that all of us have heard of, right, growing up. From the men, it's one of those, normally, and then for the women's, all their respective sports. Yeah, exactly, right? Yep, thank you, Savage Arm Wrestling. Yep, they've accepted it, right? It's a national sport. It's recognized in their school, right? So until we get to that level, I don't think we'll ever have the one-up, right, on these other countries. Not that we need to, but or at least to match them, right? I just watched a really cool documentary about how in China, they will literally go to the schools and test the children for weightlifting. They'll check their femur lengths. They'll check their arm lengths. They'll do standing broad jumps. They'll have them sprint against each other. And then they ask the child, like, do you want to pursue to be a weightlifter? And as long as the parents agree, they literally take them out of that school. And then from then on, right, that is what they do. Now, do we have to get to that extreme? No, right? But that's the base, right? Base is, the matter of fact, in these other countries, They are starting off at a young age. I love that idea, by the way. I love that idea. Kids clubs would be absolutely awesome. And I think it's the safest way to go about it, too. Now, that being said, we have our base, right? They're starting at a younger age. Cool. Secondly, I think another thing we need to think about is their mentality towards the sport, right? I know we had just mentioned, it's a national sport for them. A lot of these people, they take such pride in strength and, in their smaller niche communities to be able to represent your country and represent your town and just be this pillar of strength, right? Means a lot to them. So that's something we don't really have here anymore. I don't want to say that the country has moved in a different direction, but a lot of what we see in the United States is based off of monetary wealth, right? So people want to be rich. They want to be able to, buy the flashy car, big house, all that type of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But we used to really truly appreciate strength and being a strong person both physically and mentally, right? And we kind of strayed away from that, and I think we're kind of moving back towards that. I always like to bring up the saying. I was actually just talking to Chris about this the other day, where it's hard times create hard men, hard times create strong men create easy times create weak men, and weak men create hard times, and the cycle starts over again. So I think we're in one of those transitions where more people are going to focus back on being strong and strength, and in a healthy sense, right? So like we said, the base is that they start at a younger age. Secondly, they take true pride in being strong, and they take big pride in representing where they come from. And I think that's something that we, as an arm wrestling nation, right, are a little bit lacking. Now, there's another. Oh, hey, Pablo, what's happening, brother? Great example, right? Pablo knows what it means to be strong. Pablo, we're just going over the difference between us and Europeans and outside this country, and I think why they're excelling so much quicker within the sport. Now, so we said, right, base is that they start at a younger age. Secondly, they take pride in being strong and everything like that. And then the next big part, and you beat me to it, brother, you beat me to it, is I think that their training styles very much differ from what we do here. Coming from a strength and conditioning background myself, a lot of the times, we focus on the basics, like the power movements, bodybuilding style, grow the muscle, grow the muscle, grow the muscle, get bigger and stronger, bigger and stronger, bigger and stronger. As we're there, usually a lot more focused on tendon and stability strength, right? They are not as focused on lifting the heaviest weight as they are being able to push through something, right? Being able to grind, right? Louis Simmons, the late great Louis Simmons, knew so much about force production, right? And now look at some of the best arm wrestlers, right, in the world, right? For a perfect example, Todd Hutchins, right? He follows Louis Simmons, and Louis Simmons is all about tendon strength, right? Building up those hard-hitting punches, right? So that's something that I have noticed, at least when watching all these YouTubes and focusing on the way all these people train overseas. It's a lot more tendon-based, building up strength in those small connective tissues, right? And that'll help. When it comes to the table, right? So, right, we said base layer obviously is they start at a younger age. Secondly, right, they take pride in this, and third, I think they are training more towards tendon and ligament strength, which I think is absolutely like crucial, right? Me being someone who's dealt with a lot of injuries because I've had the muscular strength, but now my tendons aren't being able to hold up with that as much. It's something I am focusing on for the next 6 months, leading up to my next tournament that myself and Chris will be joining in. But So if we have all those base layers, right? But so then the question still remains: where is North American arm wrestling? What's going on? You know, we just had the Challenger Series. Chance, if you are watching, great job. Absolutely beautiful event. It's so great to see another event in the United States, you know, bring a high level of production and trying to move the sport further ahead where we all know it should be. Now, I can only speak from experience. And Bill Collins, what's happening, brother? I can only speak from experience and say that arm wrestling in the United States can grow to a greater height than we've ever seen before. But one of the biggest things, right, is utilizing our socials, utilizing our marketing, and utilizing our sponsors, right? The more funding we can funnel into the sport, the bigger payouts we can have, the more athletes will come out of the woodwork. Like we just saw Brian Shaw coming out of nowhere, right? You know, now he's getting interested in more eyes, more eyes, more eyes, more eyes, right? So North American arm wrestling, how are we going to grow it? When you have a personality, right? And this is where I think we can shine above anywhere else in the world. We're a bunch of kooks. We're a bunch of crazy, crazy people here, you know, on stateside, right? We have a lot of personalities, a lot of character, and you know, people like to see it. They like to hear stories and learn about that, right? So don't be afraid to do things like this. Get behind a camera. If you're an athlete, show the people what your training is like. Give them the day to day. Give them the ups, give them the downs, right? It's all about telling a story. And when you grow such a following, right, all of these sponsors and funding will funnel more and more and more into the athletes, into the promotions, and be able to get them bigger and better, right, than ever before. I think that's a very attainable road for us as um, you got firearms? You mean forearms? Forearms. Let's go. What's up, Wolf Gaming? Let me just read some of these comments here. We have Savage Arm Wrestling. In my honest opinion, I think training with them helps you level up faster. Yep, I completely agree. Right. So that brings up another really good point. So like we said, if we can get more funding into the sport, more eyes in the sport, more character, show everybody what you guys are all about, you'll be able to grow the sport a lot faster than you think. But that brings up a great point, is people are afraid to pull. And I mean that. I've seen it since the first day that I got into this sport. So obviously, you know, I'm on the High Five, best arm wrestling team in New Jersey and the United States. You know it. So because I came from a strength background, I was able to excel rather quickly. So when I went to my first tournament, I did Keystone in PA, and I did the amateur class, right? And I took fourth on the right arm, third on the left, with some pretty good guys. What's up, Matt from Canada? Whoop, whoop. And it was awesome. And I looked to my coach, and I said, Chris, you know, when am I ready to move up, right? I did amateurs. I get it. Such and such and such. Like, I was eager. I was like, I want to be at the pro level. Like, I want to pull with these guys. And what he explained to me very politely was, so many people, and this is where I'm getting to, Levi, with your Savage Arm Wrestling, with your comment, is they're so afraid to lose, right? And in losing, you learn the most. That they'll stay at the amateur level for so long. I mean, I've gone to some tournaments and I've watched amateurs that I'm like, dude, this dude is a pro. Like, pulling these and winning this, you know, $5 trophy to say he won, right? This amateur thing, right? But he's not learning, he's not getting better, right? We need to stop being afraid of losing. My second tournament I ever did, now obviously I'm a little bit of an exception because I do come from a powerlifting background. Wolf Gaming, thank you for asking about powerlifting. I love powerlifting. I've competed in many years. Just a little too banged up for that now. But I moved up very quickly, and I wanted to be in the pro level of arm wrestling. So that being said, what's up, Philippines in the house? I said I want to be in the pro ranks, and my next tournament, which was funny enough, now that we're bringing arm wrestling back to the Arnold Classic this year, was a USAA arm wrestling qualifier that we held at our home gym, and I took, I believe it was third or fourth place in my first ever pro tournament, made it to the Arnold, and it was absolutely incredible, but I wasn't afraid to step into that pro class. Now, since then, I have not even thought about going down to amateurs. Even when, I've pulled at some in tournaments, with Van Stack Paulo, great point. I've gone to some tournaments where these guys absolutely annihilate me. But every once in a while, I'll get a pin, I'll get a win, or I learn something in that match. Like I just had a great super match before I tore my shoulder at Winter Blast. Shout out to the 98%. And I essentially was pulling, his name is Alexander Yankovic. I believe he's Russian. Pulled Levon about 4 or 5 years ago. The guy's absolutely incredible. And was going for the top roll. We both slipped. And on the go, I was a little slow, but I kept my wrist. And I learned that if I can keep my wrist, when I got here, I had a nice little sticking point. And I wouldn't have learned that if I hadn't pulled somebody more aggressive and better than me. Now, Pablo Dribadenia in the chat, in the house, that's why he always says he is always asking to pull someone better than him. And that's the only way you're going to get better. Back to Savage Arm Wrestling's original message, right, is pull with people who are stronger than you. It's just like, let's go back to the basics. Let's think of it as a heavy weight. If you're going to go lift the same weight you lift every single day, you will never get stronger. You might build some muscle, you might get some hypertrophy, but you're not going to learn to strain, right? You're not going to learn to push through, right, those heavier weights. You have to do that if you want to excel in the sport, right? For example, we have a great gentleman on our team named Anthony. I know I'm quicker than he is, but base strength, he is definitely stronger than me. So I can't wait to train with him as much as I possibly can, right? Chris, co-owner of the High Five, my best friend, the man behind the magic, right? He is the Iron Elbow. You heard that right here, ladies and gentlemen, on the live, all 16 of you. The Iron Elbow is the absolute man. So whenever I need to do inside work, Chris is the man, right? We bam, right on the inside. My elbow is still killing from it. But you know what? If I don't keep pushing myself and doing that, it's the only way I'm going to get better. So North American Arm Wrestling, where is it at? Where is it at? You guys tell me in the chat. Is it where it used to be? Thank you, Sam. We love you too, brother. Next, Knuckles Up will be September 14th. Knuckles Up 4. Just wait. This card is going to be absolutely freaking insane. It's going to be nuts. But North American Arm Wrestling, I think it's on the up and up. And I'm not afraid to say it. We're the #1 pay-per-view in the United States. Bar none. You guys watch. What we're going to do at Knuckles Up 4 is going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be crazy. We have some really cool surprises in store for you guys. The card, it's ridiculous. As I always have said, and Chris has said, we pride ourselves on giving opportunities to up-and-coming arm wrestlers, but we also want to put on the best super matches possible. And I truly believe, and I'm not afraid to say it, that's what sets us apart from every single promotion that you see. We love all of them. We love East vs. West. We love the Challenger Series. We love King of the Table. We love AMC. We love Arm Gods. We love all those guys. We love, I'm forgetting people, AWE from Australia. We buy all the paper. We even, Chris was at the MAC Arm Wrestling Tournament. We go and we support everybody. But we do pride ourselves on putting the best matchups together. And where do we get those matchups? From each and every one of you guys, right? We listen to the DMs. We answer the messages. Send us, hey, this would be a great matchup. We're always, look at these. Look at the size of these things. You see these freaking elephant Dumbo ears? We are listening, ladies and gentlemen. We are listening to all of you guys. And we are always open. If we think it's a good match and it's going to be good arm wrestling, we want to put it on our pay-per-view. right? So that's how North American arm wrestling is going to grow. Where is that right now? Like I said, it's on the up and up, right? I said at the beginning, I'll say it again. Chance, if you do listen to this, great job at the Challenger Series. It looked absolutely incredible. A bunch of great matches. But guys, Knuckles Up 4, you guys better watch out. It is going to be absolutely insane. When I say world champions, I mean world champions will be coming on this card. And Warren, just so you know, we just got off a call from the good old Great North with Ryan Espy, and there will be some of them coming your way very, very soon. Espen Olsen, what is up? Norway is in the house. We are getting international in this live. Absolutely love it. But to finish up the segment on North American arm wrestling, right? How are we going to beat people overseas and grow to the greatest arm wrestling nation in the world? It's starting at a younger age, right? It's taking pride back in being strong and being a pillar in your community, right? Like through arm wrestling, right? People want to see you're a strong man or woman and just you're representing yourself, right? Switching up our training styles, getting a little bit more tendon based, getting able to push through those tough walls and barriers. I think that'll make a massive difference. And of course, lastly, as I had mentioned, get on camera like this, tell people your story, and Sam, you're killing me. Tell people your story and let the funding come into the sport. The people want to hear stories. They want to see your face. They want to put a face to the name. They absolutely love it. And of course, as Sam says in the chat, stem cells, baby. Stem cells, stem cells. I am actually just received shout out to Region Options, our sponsor from the last pay-per-view. I am about, this Thursday will be, I believe, 5 weeks into my my treatment. I had umbilical cord tissue put into my right shoulder. I have a slap tear of my labrum. It's getting better, but we will see. It's getting better. So you guys better watch out. Pablo, I don't have anything for you yet. Now, I'm hearing a lot of things in the chat here about things happening in Canada, things happening all over the place. Listen, guys, it's simple. The high five. Knuckles up. Do you guys see that? Don't mind my messy hair. The high five. Knuckles up. We're taking over, ladies and gentlemen. Wait till you see the map just of the United States that my man Chris has put together. Holy moly, can I say it, amen? We're taking over, okay? Listen here. It's a sea of purple. It's my favorite color. Why do you think it's the colors of Knuckles Up? A sea of purple is coming over to the United States and North America. Just give you a little tidbit, right? New Jersey qualifier. It's happening. New York, it's just about locked in. Pennsylvania, Virginia, Washington State, Arizona, somewhere in Canada. Can I hear Korea? Japan? Guys, you don't understand. We're coming to a town or state near you. And if you are a promoter and you're in the chat right now and you want to get a Knuckles Up qualifier, a Arnold Classic qualifier, which will then in turn lead you to Knuckles Up, because the way we are doing it, it is all about growth. It's growth within our sport, and it is growth specifically to Knuckles Up. So we're having Arnold Classic qualifiers across the nation and across the globe, truly becoming an international tournament at the Arnold Classic. And if you win your weight class at the Arnold Classic, you, ladies and gentlemen, will be securing yourself a spot on one of our future pay-per-views at Knuckles Up. Now, it's pretty simple. If you win a right arm match at the Arnold Classic, you're basically... if you win your class, we will guarantee you a spot on one of our future pay-per-views. For the left arm, we will as well. It's just going to be a little bit tougher because obviously not many people pull left arm. So as long as we can get a matchup for you, we're going to make that happen. So yeah, Warren, if you're not getting younger, man, You got to get to this qualifier. Shoot up. Ugh, that sounded horrible. Hit up Ryan Espy and and it'll definitely be happening. Um, what do you mean big if true? Elaborate, my friend. Elaborate, because when I tell you it's true, we're going to the Arnold. There's no stopping us, right? We just actually picked out our booth just a couple days ago with the Arnold Classic, and we're squaring all that away. Um, the medals are in production, and it's absolutely crazy. But before I miss it, Pablo, let's make that practice happen. I can't do anything with you, but I want to pull, even though I don't even need to qualify. I just want to pull Pablo. Sam, great question. Am I able to enjoy the events in the moment? If I'm completely honest, the answer is no. It is, there's so many wheels that are turning, right? And it's just, it's absolute insanity. I've had the absolute honor and pleasure to be a commentator on every single one of the Knuckles Up with Jake, the Aussie arm wrestler, on this previous one with Ryan Espy, and we have an absolutely incredible freaking commentator coming for Knuckles Up 4. Guys, just wait, it's gonna be nuts, nuts. And then, but I'm also listening in to Chris down in the pit with the production team, seeing what's going on. Why isn't this working? Did you catch that? Did you do this? Like, there's so much going on. So, if I were to really break it down, it's not that I don't enjoy it in the moment. It's just that there's little parts where I'm like, wow, that was an incredible match, but then I'm pulled to something that has to get done, and my focus taken away, and it's back to game mode. It really hits home when like we're at dinner right afterwards with the athletes at the after pull, and we're kind of just sitting there and just like, man, that just happened. That was crazy. That was incredible. That's when you're kind of able to digest it. But to be honest, like Chris and I talk every single day. As I said before, other than him, being my business partner, he's my best friend. So we are literally like chatting about random things, chatting about business. But the reason why I bring that up is we are always breaking down previous events and trying to figure out how to make them better, listening to comments from you guys and all that type of stuff. So if you're in the chat, let us know who you want to see. So I hear on the Tree of Woe, try and get some old school legends that aren't locked by contracts. Richard Lupke's. Great point. We actually did reach out to Richard. I believe it was something more along the lines of he had like a family issue going on and he wasn't able to come, but we would love to have Richard Lupke's, Bill Brezink, great one, Johnny Walker, Scott Norton. Yeah, I mean, it's all about a conversation, right? If you know any of these people, please let them know they can hit us up. We have reached out to many of them, and sometimes they just don't get the message. But yes, those legends can bring absolute amazing things to this sport. So we are all about bringing back old school arm wrestlers. Now, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I did hear that Travis had a very good match with Derek Smith. I won't say who won, but I heard it was a very good match on both ends. So that's a legend, right, who's now coming back to the sport, which is exactly what we want to see. And our goal is to do the exact same thing. Now, I think even more important is the youth of our sport, right? Is getting these people who are the up and comers, not just in the United States, all over the globe, and giving them a platform, right, to shine and show the world what they have. Before I miss it, Warren said, social media for Manitoba, but I think. Okay. I mean, look, dude, if you're winning the province, get yourself to the Arnold, you know? Bring Arnold to the stage for 10 seconds will make big difference if possible, of course. That is a great point, Pablo. And We do have a meeting with the president of the Arnold. It's actually, so Arnold's like, Arnold, and then there's like a whole board, right, that helps underneath him like at these events. So we'll definitely bring that up because I think that would be awesome. I will say this. So Pablo, first of all, we have to talk about the Arnold because we have some really cool things we want to do. But the way it's going to work, for any of you guys who don't know, is the tournament itself will be taking place on Friday, our booth, right? So because it's at our booth, Arnold stops at almost every single booth, right, at the Arnold Classic. So he's going to come by, most likely, because we're going to have the biggest, baddest booth there. And you're going to definitely want to be there for that. But I will definitely ask that because I think that would be absolutely awesome. Let's see here. If you guys didn't notice, I'm not magically chatting right now. It's just, it's just AI. Just ChatGPT, just replying on the High Fives account. Absolutely incredible. Technology nowadays. No, I'm just kidding. Chris is actually helping me out from across the town, across the way, answering your guys' comments, which is absolutely awesome. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Joe, it's like, it's taken over, dude. It's crazy. What do I need to do just to get an invite to the booth? Everyone is welcome. It is going to be an absolute insane weekend. So as I was just getting to a moment ago, Friday will be the tournament itself at the booth. We're going to be running probably 3 tables. And from there, Saturday on the main stage in the whole expo hall, we'll be there for 2 hours showcasing arm wrestling at its highest form with another 2 or 3 tables on the main stage going through the finals, right? So top 4. Dan Shaw, what is happening, brother? How's it going? And then Sunday, we have some special things in store for the Arnold. We might have some super matches, might have some big name arm wrestlers come by. You're just going to have to wait and see. But we're super excited for the takeover. Yeah, you heard it. That's right. I'm going to whisper. The takeover. The Sea of Purple. Now you guys just wait. I can't, oh my God, I can't wait, guys. It's going to be absolutely crazy. When you guys see, we have qualifiers all across the United States, globally. It's going to be absolutely amazing. There's going to be a wave of purple, ladies and gentlemen. The High Five and Knuckles Up is taking over to a town near you because we want you guys at the Arnold Classic. Are there any topics that you guys want to go over? I have about another 10 minutes on this live. Oh, by the way, USS Liberty, Paul Italia, awesome friend of ours, absolutely incredible. And Paul, if you watch this, I know he's actually in the hospital right now. He was getting, I believe it was some kidney stones. He had them blasted out or something like that. So rest up. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Yeah, Pablo knows the Arnold is a incredible stage, and just the whole weekend. If you guys like fitness, if you guys are interested in all types, like strongman, Olympic lifting, powerlifting, CrossFit, arm wrestling, obviously, just all those things, it's crazy, right? It's absolutely nuts. So you guys definitely need to make it to the Arnold Classic because we will be there. But back to the title at hand, because we got a little off topic here. Don't mind me scratching my hair. Now, I saw a couple of comments in here about pancakes, about a little maple syrup. I'm talking about a little maple on them pancakes. Maybe even some bacon on the side, if you know what I'm saying. Now, all I'm going to say, pancakes are a part of arm wrestling, whether you like it or not. People want to carb up. Carb up. Pancakes. Now, that being said, if you want to take pancakes and carb up, do it responsibly. Don't kill yourself, right? It's very simple, right? This is a professional sport, right? And unfortunately, We'll never be able to get rid of pancakes ever, right? It's the nature. It happens in the Olympics. It happens everywhere. The best thing that you can do to get yourself better at arm wrestling is not eating pancakes. It's not taking this random thing this guy gave you from the gym, whatever it is, right? It's getting on a practice table, right? And getting on that practice table will make you so much better, so much faster than anything else. Paul Italia is a great guy. It will get you so much better than anything else, better than pancakes, better than anything. Get to pulling. John Brasink said it best. Being on the table is the best training you can have, period. And I completely agree. Even though I do think the gym is extremely, extremely important for arm wrestling, especially the level it's gone to now, getting on the table is most important. But I have a question here. I need a question answered. Is it necessary to train the whole body or just train forearms for when you're wrestling? So, I am a very firm believer that from your tippy toe to the top of your head, the stronger it can all be, the stronger you will be on the table. Having a stronger set of abs will make you a 10 times better arm wrestler. Having a stronger chest will make you a better arm wrestler. Stronger shoulders, stronger back, stronger neck, stronger legs to push off the table to support yourself. You have to build all the muscles, right? Pablo just said it best. Now, Pablo, the reason why I keep pointing to him, right? Pablo is an absolute powerhouse, right? And he has said it himself. When I asked him, I said, Pablo, what do you do different? I want you to teach me. He goes, I'm just strong. Now, he is very strong, but he's working on his technique more and more now, and he's going to become a deadly, deadly weapon on the table. But he's strong. That's his base, right? That's one thing that I can always agree on with Devin, right, is it's a strength sport at the beginning, right? If you can be strong, sorry, I missed one comment. Yeah, damn right. Get your toe curls in. If you can be strong, that makes the biggest difference in the world, right? Strength is key. Bicep strength, right? Forearm, wrist strength, right? Being able to do that hammer curl position, right? Obviously, wrist flexion, right? Those are the basics, right? It's arm wrestling, right? But being able to keep a tight pec, right? Being able to lat drag to pull somebody down to the pad, right? Being able to have a good stance when you're driving across, right? Through your legs, right? It's absolutely important. Drew is in the house. What's happening, brother? Yeah, that's super, super important. So, great question to On the Streets of Woe. Normally, we only do practice on Sundays. That's just when we question the team. That is the time of the week that worked best for all of our members. But please message us on Instagram. Myself or Chris will answer. And we've even multiple times just had impromptu practices where we had people come by, and whether it's a night during the week, if we can accommodate, we'll make it happen. It's always time to arm wrestle, guys. It's never not a bad time to arm wrestle. But before we end here, I do want to give you guys a couple of tips that I use for recovery, which are absolutely incredible, and things that I think are, Jim Wendler, 531 program, my dude, Warren in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Ways to get stronger, ways to recover, and things that can help you a ton. So I'm going to walk away, but you're still going to hear me because I have my microphone on. But guys, what this is all about is any way that you can get better, any way that you can heal, and any way that you can recover from your workouts is extremely, extremely important. Grab this. As you can see, it's kind of stuff is all around my house, and I have it all over the place. But we're going to go on some little tips, tricks. Okay. First and foremost, number one, arm wrestling will beat you up and break you down. I sounded like Sylvester Stallone. It will beat you to your knees if you let it. If someone can answer that in the chat right now, I'm going to send you some stickers. Beat you to your knees if you love it. No, me or nobody will hit his hard as life. Come on, guys. Movie references. Let's go. Anyway, arm wrestling. Um, arm wrestling. No, it's not a sponsored ad. Arm wrestling will beat you down. Um, it will break your bones, literally, if you don't do it right. It will beat up your tendons, and it will really, really, really have your arms hurting, especially if you're a newbie to the sport, right? There we go, Joe. You know, sunshine and rainbows. So, I think one of the most important supplements that everyone should be taking when it comes to arm wrestling is a very good joint supplement. Okay, so me personally, I've been a big fan of Animal. Animal's absolutely incredible. They have amazing products. I take Animal Flex twice a day. It is their all encompassing joint supplement. It's just packs, right? So it's got MSM, chondroitin, fish oil, everything you need right in one spot. I think if you're an arm wrestler, you should be taking a joint supplement at least every single day, if not twice a day. Savage Arm Wrestling, you're hilarious. So that's a number one in my book. Now, other supplements that I think every arm wrestler should also be taking are the basics. Creatine. Creatine is great. If you don't know what creatine does, basically it increases intracellular water in your muscle cells, which is a healthy cell, which is a strong cell, and you're able to create more energy in the creatine kinase reaction, right? We're not going to get super into the science, but the first bout of explosive energy is based off of creatine. So creatine is also a must. So supplement wise, definitely take some form of a joint supplement, something that's comprehensive. Like I said, Animal Flex is absolutely awesome. And next is creatine. Creatine is a must. And it's simple. It's super, super freaking cheap, right? And then lastly, what I would say is, other than like a multivitamin, which everyone should be taking, is if like just take some protein, guys. Protein's simple, right? Get some protein powder that you think tastes good. After practice, drink some protein, right? You're breaking down your muscles. You want to repair them. That's it for the supplements. So simple stuff, guys. Doesn't hurt. Second, this is my secret. Pablo, if you're watching, if you haven't used this stuff yet, it's awesome. I can't believe I'm about to tell people my secret. This is from powerlifting, it's from strongman. Is it used for horses? Yes. Am I a horse? Yeah, maybe below the waist. I don't know. You'll never find out. But blue lotion, ladies and gentlemen, equestrian use. Yes, Joe knows. Joe knows. Blue lotion, absorbent blue lotion. Guys, this stuff is awesome, right? It's totally safe. Just so we go over here, the active ingredients are methyl salicylate, menthol, and camphor. Super simple stuff. It smells absolutely awesome, kind of like that icy hot smell, but it's way cheaper. It's a huge bottle. Rub this on your joints before practice. Get the warm up going, and it just makes everything feel so much better. I have been using this since I was a powerlifter and strongman for years. Yep, this is 100% made from Smurfs. How they get it from the Smurf, I'll leave that up to your interpretation. But it is absolutely incredible. This stuff is fantastic. You can buy it on Amazon. I believe a bottle this size is about, I want to say 15, 16 bucks. But it's absolutely awesome. And the funniest thing about it is when you put this on, they're like, who smells like that? It's not a bad smell, but like you'll be known as the guy that smells like this, but it doesn't matter because it makes you feel great. Now, I have two other things that I think should be in every arm wrestler's arsenal. One of them, most of you will disagree with. One of them, you will all agree with, right? First is some form of a band. Right now, I actually found this one at our gym, and I absolutely love it because, as you can see, it's a lot more like, if you guys have ever seen a pair of wraps, like wrist wraps, it's a fabric band, but it's still got some really good stretch to it. Now, I love this thing because while I'm watching TV or something, like I can just work my pronation, right? I can work my rise. I can do all those types of things, right? I can hook it up to a doorknob, whatever it is. Everyone should have some kind of a band. And or the reason why I like this one a lot is it's like right in between a karate belt and an exercise band because it has the fabric. Ooh, yes. Oh my God, I'm missing gold in the chat here. So, Wretched Arm Wrestler, capsaicin cream is great, but I have noticed that it's a little too intense for some people. Also, from the equestrian use, there's a company called Equiblock, EQUIBLOCK. Equiblock works great. It's capsaicin cream, but guys, be weary. Do not get it in your eyes, and it will fucking burn. Excuse my language, but it will burn. I used to use it on my back and shoulders when I was conducting in marching band, and it was a very hot summer day, and I got burns all over my shoulders. So, another thing I saw in the chat is floss. I do have voodoo tape, or floss, as you call it, which is basically you would wrap, it looks like a big rubber band around the joint. You flex the joint a bunch, and then fresh blood goes to it. I love that too. It's absolutely great. But these are the basics that I think everyone should have. So some kind of a band, right? I really love these ones that are like a fabric. These are awesome. Now, here's the controversial one. Okay. Probably see it here in my lap. Having a strong hand, no matter what type of strength it is important. I know you're all going to disagree. Have a damn gripper. Because as long as you're just squeezing something, have a gripper. Yep, see? We have someone who disagrees in chat. It's fine. It's okay if you disagree. Let's arm wrestle. We'll see who's better. Okay? Just saying. I'm just saying. This one's not heavy. This is 100. I have the whole set that's like up to like 350. But just have something that like when you're sitting around, just squeeze something. If it's this, if it's like a foam ball, if it's a tennis ball even. I like the gripper because it's something that everyone, gets used to and it's fun, right? You can test yourself how heavy it gets. But finger strength is extremely important. And you can grab this to make your hand a bit flatter, right? So right there, my hand's kind of flat. Instead of gripping it like this, just straighten your fingers out a little bit, right? Right? I think these are super important. Just squeeze something, right? Don't, not everything. No, but just, make sure you have one of these. Now, Pablo, if you're doing a 2.5 or a 3, so Pablo, can you close a 3 completely? If you're listening, please respond. Because if you can close a 3, I believe that's roughly 300 pounds. This chat is fantastic right now. You guys are making me so happy. The Drew, oh, awesome. Pablo, that's a great grip. See, the Drew understands if you can just crush your person's hand and break their bones, you're going to win the match. No, but even Devin just said it when he met Brian Shaw, right? Crushing strength is important. It might not be the most important at the top of the list, right? But being able to blow, I wish I had another hand with me, but if I'm grabbing somebody's thumb, right? If I can blow up their thumb, a lot of times you immobilize their hand, right? Now, not in every instance, I understand, but having crushing strength is very important for arm wrestling. I can close a 0.5. You guys are the best. So those are my basics, and I'm going to go over them one more time. Some form of a joint supplement is extremely important. I recommend Animal Flex. I'm not sponsored by them, guys. Trust me. I just been using them for absolutely forever. And this stuff does make a difference. The horse cream. You heard it. The horse cream. It's awesome. Use it. Right, babe?
Yeah.
Yep. She said, yeah. Horse cream. All over your body. Except your genitals. Some form of a strap. Straps are absolutely super, super important. Right? Like I said, I like this one that's like a knee wrap. I think it's really good. And then lastly, some way that you're always exercising your grip. I think grippers are great. I've been using them for years. I know that's one of the few things that when I first joined the arm wrestling team that they said that I had a very strong grip. Now, obviously, it took a while to learn how to use it, but it's super, super important. Guys, how long have we been going here? Yep, so we are just about at 50 minutes, so I'm going to be hopping off in a minute. Let's open up the chat. If there's any last minute questions, comments, concerns about North American arm wrestling, about how you can train better, about why the high five and knuckles up is the greatest arm wrestling production. Oh, wait, that's not a comment. That's a statement. You heard it here, guys. But thank you guys for joining in tonight. This was an absolute blast. To recap, we talked about North American arm wrestling, right? What's going to make us better? We have to, A, start training at a younger age, right? Just like everyone else in the world. That's what they're doing. B, we have to take pride back in being strong, right? Pride in our country and pride in, you know, your community and your family. Like, they like people, men and women who are strong, who take care of themselves. That means a lot, right? 3, how we're training on the table. Start training our tendons, our ligaments, not just the muscles, right? That's why I'm getting injured. So don't be like me. Be smarter, be better. And lastly, for North American arm wrestling, how are we going to make it better? Get in front of a camera, get people to know your story, and get them to put a face to the name, because that's how we get funding and promotions back to North America. So let's hear, what's the difference between the high five and knuckles up? Sam, great question. So the high five, we'll just call it the parent company. That's our team. That's our company. We are the high five. And the high five puts on a pay-per-view called Knuckles Up. So Knuckles Up is our pay-per-view series, and the high five is our team and overall company. Do you think isometric training is good for arm wrestling? I think the hell, folks. All right. I think isometric training is absolutely crucial for arm wrestling. I think the simplest one, go to Pablo's Instagram. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll go over an easy bar pad, an easy curl pad, and they will just hold at a 90 degree with a dumbbell. One of the simplest exercises you can do will make you super stronger on the table. Drew, I will just agree to your comment. Does Signature Fitness have a side pressure machine like the one Travis uses? No, it does not, but I'm working on getting us one. I would absolutely love one of those. So if you are a member, I missed your comment. This was, oh yeah, one tree of all. If you come to Signature and you see the owner, his name is Warren, tell him that we need one, because I would love one of those. And that's a great point. I think that's where we're going to leave it, guys. Savage Arm Wrestling with an absolutely incredible quote. Be humble and willing to learn. A champion or champions are always willing to evolve. Look at Devin and Michael Todd. It is a great point. And guys, we're going to leave it on that tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining in tonight. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to grow this. It's absolutely wonderful that you all were able to join in at such a late hour. It's Will from the High Five signing out. Get strong, stay motivated, stay positive, get jacked. See you guys later. Peace.